the Drama Spot. I'm Miss Liz, and today we're going to be talking about public speaking. If I just gave you heart palpitations by saying those words, don't worry, you're not alone. Chapman University has been studying the top fears of Americans over the past several years, and every year they come out with a brand new, scientifically researched list of the top fears. And in 2024, they found that 29% of Americans are afraid or very afraid of public speaking. This is why it is one of our core skills, because I have found that public speaking is something that gets more obtainable the more you do it. And certainly the younger that you start, like with many of our skills, the younger you start, the easier it is to maintain that skill into adulthood. But like all of our skills, it's never too late to develop this skill. You can always get more comfortable at public speaking, but you are going to have to make yourself a little uncomfortable first. So one of the things that we do in our classes when we're looking at public speaking is make our kids feel a little uncomfortable. We want to acknowledge those feelings. We want to put them in a situation that is safe emotionally, obviously physically, but emotionally safe as well is really important. And we want them to have that chance to kind of feel what it feels like to be scared, to be nervous, to be afraid, and then name it. What are we afraid of? Are we afraid that the audience is going to laugh at us? That's fair. Are we afraid that we're going to mess up and do something wrong? That's fair. But then what? What happens? What happens if the audience laughs at you? You feel really bad. Sure. What happens if you forget what you're going to say and you totally screw up and you get really embarrassed? You feel bad. But you'll be okay and you'll be able to do it again. And next time you'll learn from that last experience and you'll be a little bit better. You'll be a little bit more prepared. You'll have a little bit thicker skin should something go wrong. But largely you'll find that people don't laugh at you. That if you do mess up, nobody notices or nobody cares. And really what you'll see is that it's not as scary, it's not as consequential as what you've built up in your mind. So exposure with this skill is key. It's everything. And you'll see in our classes throughout the year, we build in as many opportunities for kids to speak publicly as possible. And what exactly does that mean? It just means physically standing up in front of your peers, usually, or an audience of some kind, and communicating with them out loud in a way that they can understand. I say out loud, we do not have to use our voices. There are individuals who cannot or choose not to use their voice, and they can still speak publicly because it's not about the words that you use. That can help you, the words that you choose to use, but it's about how you communicate. It is about if you're using your voice, do you raise your inflection at times? Do you get quieter at times? When you're using your body, are you leaning into your audience? Are you pulling back? What is your body language communicating? And then if you're using all of these things to speak publicly, how do they intersect? If I'm speaking quietly, but I'm also leaning in, that says one thing. Whereas if I'm leaning in, but I'm talking really loud, that communicates something else. So knowing and really analyzing and examining how these things work together and what message it's communicating, this all goes into public speaking. And public speaking is such a powerful skill to have and such a difficult one to obtain for the same reason. There are so many small micro skills at play. Being able to hold eye contact. A lot of people are unable to hold eye contact. Understanding and controlling the timbre of your voice or the movements of your body. Being able to read the room. Knowing when you have your audience's attention and when you're starting to lose it. Things like being able to time a joke. I mean, I don't think anybody would argue with me that stand-up comedians are maybe the world's greatest public speakers. But an element of what they do is important for anyone who's going to speak publicly. Being able to have that sense of timing relies on so many of these skills. Now, what if you're like, I'm not a public speaker? That's not what I do in my job. It's not what I want to do. It's not part of my personality. It's not who I am. This maybe isn't a skill for me. Wrong. If you can speak publicly, you can communicate with anyone, anytime, about anything. This is in job interviews. This is in corporate meetings. This is with your extended family around Thanksgiving. This is talking to the sales representative at some store counter and trying to get a good deal. You use these skills everywhere, all the time. And I promise you, if you get yourself that exposure, go join Toastmasters. If you're an adult and you want that exposure, go find a club like that and just practice. Just get that out there. Find that safe space, that emotionally safe space. Start your own club. Instead of a book club, make it a speech club where you get up and you practice giving speeches to each other. It's the exposure. And the more you do it, you will find not only are you more comfortable and willing to speak publicly in a larger forum, but you are better able to just communicate with human beings that you encounter in your everyday life. And so we are trying to help raise kids to have this skill ingrained in them from a young age so that they don't have to work quite so hard as an adult to overcome that fear. But if you are an adult and you harbor that fear, you are not alone, and all you need is some exposure and some time and some compassion for yourself to know that this is a journey, but it's a journey worth taking. So thank you for coming on this journey with me and hearing everything that I had to say about public speaking. It is a really, really critical skill, and we are so excited to be able to share it with you and your kiddos. Thanks for joining. I'll see you next time.